Hello everybody, welcome to devlog number 7. In this video, I'll be talking about character customization as well as a new zone that I'm creating. When you start the game, this is the screen that you see. It's the character customization screen. You can select a body type. There's 2 to choose from. There's 15 different skin colors to choose from. It goes from very dark to very pale. And down here we have the face tab, which allows you to select a face. All these faces I grabbed from Roblox, or directly from Roblox. So I'll choose a face here, and you can zoom in and see the face a little bit more clearer. I kind of like that one. Oh yeah, there's 2 pages here. So those are all the faces that I have. I'll probably add more in the future, but for now, this is a good selection, I think. Down here we have the hair tab, which allows you to choose a hairstyle. There's 12 pages of hairstyles, and I should mention that all these, well, not all of them, but most of these hairstyles came from an artist named Beism. And she so graciously allowed me to use her hairstyles in my game. So thank you, Beism, for allowing me to use your hair. On the right, we have different filters. So if I want black hair, I can choose black. And then there's more filters down here. So if you want black hair with pigtails, you could do that, or black hair with bangs. The reason why I created the filter is because there's so many hairstyles to choose from. You might not know which one to choose because, you know, there's so many. But luckily I got these filters here that make it a little bit easier. The next tab is the torso tab, which allows you to change your shirt. There's only 2 shirts to choose from right now because these are shirts that I own, meaning that I commissioned them personally. I think in the future I'll probably commission some more shirts so that there'll be more of a selection. But for now, there's only 2. And then we have the legs tab, which of course allows you to change the pants. And again, I only have 2 pants because that's all I can afford right now. But in the future, that will change. When you're done creating your character, you can hit the confirm button, and that will create your character. So here's my character in all her glory. And she got that black ponytail, which is great. The next thing I'm really excited to show you guys is a new zone that I've created as well as a new build. It's because it's not just a zone, it's actually an entire build that I've been designing for over a year now. And the new build and the new zone is right over here. Yes, this is a new city. Not just a castle, but a city called Bridgeport. And I don't know if that name is going to stick, but I really like that name, Bridgeport, so I'm just going to call it that for now. This castle is based on the Disney castle, and you can probably see some resemblance. I tried making the castle look very triangular, just like how the Disney castle is. But I also tried not to make it look too close to the Disney castle because I don't want to be sued by Disney. Because, well, let's face it, that's something they're known for. This city didn't start out as a castle. It started out as a humble village, but over time, you know, I started creating walls And then I started creating towers. And then at that point, I just decided, you know what? Why not just make it a castle? So that's what I did. I went all out, made it a castle, and inside the castle walls is a small city. I would have liked to create a much larger city, but you know, Roblox has limitations, so it's quite large, but it's also quite small for a city. And I'm gonna go inside and we're gonna zone in and I'll show you what's inside. Okay, we've zoned in now, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just a very narrow, well, it's kind of not too narrow, but it's a narrow entryway. It's a pathway that leads to the city. Originally, I was gonna have a giant ramp or a staircase that leads up to a tall platform, which the city would be placed on. But I opted for a zigzag pattern because a giant ramp would have to be really steep. So with this zigzag pattern, the ramp doesn't have to be all that steep. The only caveat, though, is that the pathway would be very long. So I think what I'm going to do is give players an option to just teleport directly to the city rather than having to walk all this way, because it's a long way to the city. I actually like the way that it turned out, though, because it turns out that in the medieval ages, having this zigzag pattern is a great defense against enemies that try to barge in to the castles. And there's no way any enemies are going to get through this, because there's towers on all corners everywhere. You can't actually go inside any of the towers, they're just there for decoration, but I think it's pretty cool anyways. So here we are, finally to the entrance of the castle. And this is what the city looks like when you enter. And there's the keep. You can't actually go inside the keep. It's just for decoration, but that might change in the future. I don't know. But I like the way that it turned out. Here's a townhouse that I made. Some of the houses you can go inside of, and some of them you cannot. So this one right here is purely decorative. Here's a cool wagon that I made. It's gonna be a shop in the future. And then here's the stable. And let's see, there's a lot to show. I'm not really sure where to start. Over on the left, we have a smithy. And so that's what it looks like. You know, I should have changed the lighting. I'm not sure I like the shadows. This is a tannery. Another shop. Here's another shop. This is the tailor shop. This is a building that you can actually go into. So this is the inside, and here you'll be able to purchase fabrics, textiles, stuff like that. And then over here, we have a tavern. Another building that you can actually go inside. I'm really proud of this build. This is probably my favorite building that I've ever created, just because it looks so unique. But I really like the shape. So I'll show you the inside. So this is the outside. Here's the inside. I really wanted to cram as much detail as I could. So this is what I came up with ultimately. Got a lot of barrels and chairs and tables and things like that. No NPCs yet, unfortunately, but that will change, of course, in the future. I'll probably have quite a few patrons and maybe barkeep behind the bar. There's a cellar down here. There's really no point, it's just there. Maybe I'll put some hidden stuff in here, like treasure chests or something that people can find. That's one thing I really wanted to do in my game, is to place a bunch of treasure chests all across the map, in the city, inside buildings, outside buildings, just to really make the game more interesting. Here's a ladder that you can climb. And inside buildings, sometimes there's I don't know what you would call it, like an Easter egg or something, like not an Easter egg, but like, dang it. I'm trying to get up on that platform over there. It's kind of difficult. I was never good at obbies, so this is basically an obby that I've created. You jump from one ledge to another. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that I'll probably have treasure chests. Like, for example, I might have one back here, or I probably have one on the other side of, I don't know if you can see that. There's a hidden ledge, but you really have to do some, like, hardcore parkour. Hardcore parkour. You have to jump on this chandelier right here, and then from there, jump on the beam, and then go from beam to beam. Eventually, you'll land in that little corner over there. I don't know if you can see my cursor, or I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but that ledge over there will probably have a treasure chest. Spoiler alert. So that's the inside of the tavern. I also have some other decorative buildings, like this one right here, and this tower right here. You can't go inside those buildings because they're purely decorative. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, so now there's another smithy on this side of the city. So I actually have two. There's the first one, and then this is the second smithy. So one of them will sell weapons and the other one will sell armor. This building you can't go inside of just yet because I haven't created the inside. But if you go over here, there's a forge, and there will be an NPC that you can purchase probably armor from. Then we got a water wheel that doesn't work. I'll probably change that. I really want to animate this water wheel to make the city come to life, you know what I mean? Here's a bank. Actually, I don't know which build I'm more proudest of. I don't know if it's the bank or the tavern, because the bank took me a really long time to build because it has a lot of parts to it. So there's the outside of it. And the bank is just a place to store items. And that's about it. But you can go inside. And this is what the inside looks like. It's pretty barren for now, but I'm going to add more stuff later on. So you can do all your banking here. And there's the ceiling. You know, it kind of reminds me of the Krusty Krab because of the shape. There are some parts to the city that are unfinished. As you can see here, like I got a thing that looks like a door, but it's not an actual door that leads to the keep. And like I said before, you can't actually go inside the keep. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to create the inside. So who knows? I think it'll be really interesting to see what the inside of this keep looks like. But that is to be determined. This is the entrance to the marketplace, which you can do all your trading with other players. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty nice. Got a little clock tower there, and I know that clock towers aren't really medieval-ish, but I really like the look of the clock tower, and I really wanted it in the marketplace, and I really wanted it to be seen outside outside of the castle. So that's why I added it, purely just because I really liked how it looked. Let me zoom out so you can see. This is a much better view of the marketplace. These are the kiosks that I have already shown. Well, they have a different look now, but in another video, I was talking about kiosks, and what you can do is claim a kiosk and sell items to other players. So these are going to be kiosks that you can actually use and sell stuff. All right. I think that's about it. I think that's the whole city. There's only one really major building that I want to create, and it's a jewelry shop, but I haven't created it yet. And I'm still working on the city, so there are some patches here and there that are kind of like you can see this tower is kind of floating, and the ramp kind of looks out of place, but you know, that's okay. This has been a work in progress for over a year, and I'm really proud of this, and I'm really happy to share this with you guys. And that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have a lot more to show in the future. Make sure to follow my Twitter and go on my Discord and follow me there as well, because I post a lot of stuff that I don't show on my YouTube, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff too. So thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And I hope to see you again in devlog number 8. See you later.